Getting so used to the mask now that I can almost forget to take it off. First books of the Bible, before Deuteronomy, are the story of God at work, but Deuteronomy has kind of like a recap for God's people after they've left wandering in the wilderness and before they enter the promised land under Joshua. Then Moses summoned all Israel and said to them, "Hear, O Israel, the statutes and the ordinances which I am speaking today in your hearing, that you may learn them and observe them carefully. The Lord our God made a covenant with us at Horeb. The Lord did not make this covenant with our fathers, but with us. We, all those of us alive here today. The Lord spoke to you face to face at the mountain from the midst of the fire, while I was standing between the Lord and you at that time to declare to you the word of the Lord. For you were afraid because of the fire and did not go up on the mountain. He said, I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me." And then he goes on and reminds them of the entirety of the Ten Commandments. And then picking up again in verse 22. "These words the Lord spoke to all your assembly at the mountain, from the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick gloom or thick darkness, with a great voice, and he added no more. He wrote them on 2 tablets of stone and gave them to me. And when you heard the voice from the midst of the darkness while the mountain was burning with fire, you came near to me, all the heads of your tribes and your elders. And you said, Behold, the Lord our God has shown us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice from the midst of the fire. We have seen today that God speaks with man, yet he lives. Now then, why should we die? For this great fire will consume us if we hear the voice of our Lord God any longer. Then we will die. For who is there of all flesh who has heard the voice of the living God speaking from the midst of the fire as we have and lived? Go near and hear all that the Lord our God says, then speak to us all that the Lord our God speaks to you, and we will hear it and do it." And you get the sense that the people had been wanting some kind of contact with God. They had wanted to hear from God. And then after they got a glimpse of who God is, they wanted to send Moses so that he would be the one hearing from God. And they didn't want to hear from God anymore. It was just a little too scary. And we'll continue along with that topic in a bit.